Why is it showing me the thumbnail? There it goes. Looks a little quiet up there. Hopefully everybody knows that it's this week we have a live stream and next week we're gone. Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL, and today we are going to make a bunch of progress on this bag that I'm currently working on. It's the 16 color rainbow bag. It's kind of crazy. I just started doing a little bit of this row right here, and it just reminds me of the fact that this is just I don't need a pattern. I just have to pay attention, but it's still crazy. It is really bizarre. I am joined tonight by my lovely wife Mandy, and yeah, we're just gonna see how far we can get with this. It's looking kind of quiet around here tonight. I'm hoping that isn't because people thought I was away for the weekend, like I am next weekend. Next weekend is the hobby fair, so I get to meet a bunch of people in person and sell bracelets and sell bags and sell stuff. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Really excited about it. Do you have your headphones on, honey? Hey, my new craft. Oh, I haven't worn it in a while, so I'm kind of breaking in the hat a bit. I want to wear a hat next weekend at the event, so that way, if anybody's looking for me, it'll be easy to say, oh, you're a really tall guy with the funny hat. But like, there's this like leather ring around it, and I had it dry cleaned, and so it just kind of needs a little breaking in again. And I thought it'd be cool. I could show everybody what the hat looks like now, in case they've never really seen me in person before, and they can spot me next week at the event in the silly hat. I really like this hat, though. I really do. Yeah, no American flag bandanas. No, no. If anything, I want to practice my Canadian accent. I bet you there's a hat that wouldn't look bad on you. You'd probably look pretty awesome in those like really wide brim girly hats. Like they have it like the horse race. What is it? The Kentucky Derby. Those floppy kind of hats. No, not that's a cowboy thing. No. Well, just go and brag it, about how brainy you are. Jeez Louise. I too have a big nugget. No, no, agreed. I have that and difficulty getting hats and shoes. I'm like a US 12. Yeah, there's that too. The length of them. But lucky for me, we don't wear jeans very often. I'll probably wear jeans next week though, because I've been at events where I just freeze. I'm pretty sure that Suntech will be kind of chilly. Yeah, I'll probably be sitting on my keister for the better part of it. Not only motion will be working on this. So, like if I was up and wandering the whole thing and whatever, and that would be kind of different. Yeah, that gets chilly after you're going to be there for all day. I just realized my clock slash temperature thing has stopped. Hang on. Are these the rechargeable batteries, honey?
Yes.
Oh, was pretty sure the batteries that were sitting in here were new, but that doesn't seem to be doing anything. Hang on. There we go. Cool. Oh, there's four. There's four different ones. So there's a down. There's okay, wait. There's four downs, two rights, one left, and an up. And they're all kind of mixed. So I kind of have to rely on the pattern itself to tell me when I change directions or anything else. Yeah. Yeah. So this is a down. Like so you follow from like where the loop starts, you can see the downward stuff. Um, it's just narrowhead. That's it. It's just narrowhead. It's a 5-3 arrowhead. The rows, the zigzags go 5 one direction and 3 in the other. Technically, that 3 is like one of those knots came from the 5, but it's kind of how I've always judged these ones. So I'm about to come to the end where the two light greens came together. Now that's those two light greens are going to try to make a diamond at the end of it. But they can't because I need to make the other side over here before they can actually do that. So, like I get to this light green here, and I can see that I don't bring the light green or the yellow across because that light green was a corner. Hang on. The string is playing up. We almost got a knot. All right. Try that again. There we go. Okay, so there's the light green finally. And we can't bring any of this in, so we start over here and we bring it back. So this Speaking of amazing long ago, I just did a post on Facebook that was 4 years ago. I was sharing a thing trying to get noticed on YouTube for the big project, and it was looking pretty long. It was narrow, but really, really long. Okay. So we're almost back to the light green so we can actually make that diamond. Yeah, I don't have a written out pattern at this point with the way that this is all set up. Um, it was kind of like that video. I just needed the setup for how to get it started. Once it was started, the rest just becomes sort of like, I don't know, second nature to me, I guess. Okay, so here's the center of the green. It's the darker green from the one before it. And then this makes a diamond. The big project. The big project was 4 years ago. Yeah, no, it was the big project. It was a short video. It showed the bracelet that I used to test the pattern with, and then it showed the big project. And yeah, that was 4 years ago, according to the Facebook memory. Okay, so the two yellows will come together right here, but I can continue out this little row going over here to left. I know, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, at the time of that video, 4 years ago, the big project was just a skinny band of it. Ah. So now I know I can't go any further this way until other stuff gets resolved. So I'll pick another area to work on. So let's work over here for a second. So these two yellows will come together, but they're going to go on to make a diamond once the other parts have done their thing. Oh, I figured out how this one works. So this is going to end up being for like the books I carry around with me. So it's just going to be a really, really flat base to it. Right. Going around the base with the alpha would be, oh my God, take so long. Maybe. Though it's going to be a while before this thing gets finished, even with working on it next weekend. No. Your your sleeve thing looks like it's almost done. It's so big already. Oh, wow. Oh, I forgot about the desire to show the longer side in the photos. That makes sense. Right, because the makes it thicker, goes faster, easier to add the strings too. Yeah, it could have been rough. All right, let's rotate this thing around a bit. It's okay. So this one was going to the right, a zigzag going to the right. This is a down. This one coming into view now is going off to the left. Yeah, hang on. It's gonna be a long ass row. Let's move this around this way. And then it's another down. And then an up. So basically, I have to do a row going all the way across all these. Yes, I did. That is way cool. Hey, Rainbow. Yeah, the tissue thing was really, really cool. Hello, Brand. I don't know the name, but hello. So yeah, this is a long row going to the right. And then we'll have to do this other side. Yeah, there's a lot of these like really big spaces on this one. Wasn't quite prepared for that. Sleep. Yeah, my American brain still is struggling at the notion of. Hang on. Let me turn my music down. Doing good. Making progress. Craziness. Sylvie? Is that how you say it? I turned down the music so I could hear the voice thing a little bit better, but I'm still struggling. American education for you. I'm looking forward to next weekend. I'm looking forward to seeing people come by chatting about bracelets and stuff. I just hope it's not too loud. I don't remember quite what it was like last year. Yeah. I'm hoping it's not too bad. I'll probably bring headphones, just a little calming music playing. Try to keep me from getting too stressed. Yeah, that's the ones I would bring. That way I can still hear people talking to me, but I can have calming music and stuff. No, I don't. Well, I don't even know if I have regular headphones other than my big wired ones for the computer. When I want to check the audio on the videos, I've got headphones for that are like studio quality stuff. Aww. Na, 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 na. Aww. Basically anything to avert the big project that you've started. All right. So I got all the way over to this other one that goes down. But I gotta turn this more so I get to the other side. I know, right? Because like I did the whole big project without like doing anything else in between. Like I just sat down, big project, worked on it. All right. So now I got this big area. No, I guess not. Yeah. And crazy determination. I get compulsive urge to just keep going. All right. So now to get the row that's to this side, I have to go all the way back to the next diamond down. Yeah, for some reason I'm kind of lucky I'm not like that. I have to see a project done. Okay, so now we have one that's going to the left, a down, and a right. And so there's only really four possibilities for each of these loops, right? It's either down, up, left, and right. Um, but I think the bag that comes after this one will be fascinating because instead of going 16 colors and making it so big, I'll go 8 colors, do the same thing. I don't know what an ASD is. Yeah. Hyper focus on a project like these is perfect. If you've got it, you could totally just lose yourself for hours on something like this. Of course, I've got that whole ADHD thing where it's like I'll make a bargain with myself, like, okay, really got to pee, but I'll go after I finish this row. Uh, yeah, it's possible. Shrink told me it doesn't matter if I get the label or not, it doesn't change anything. Yeah, me too. I've been doing this for a really long time. Yeah, at the end of the day, it doesn't change the meds, it doesn't change whatever. It might lead me to some more interesting videos to watch that talks about like right. My mom didn't even want to have me acknowledge the fact that I had the ADHD. She was afraid I would like use it as a crutch and not like try to apply myself or do whatever. And uh she thought the meds made me lethargic, which it's so not like him. Well, yeah, it would have been nice to have been able to like focused. Ah, mean old kitty. Right. Um, it used to be, well, see, we're talking, this is the 70s. So, like, the idea of like diagnoses and things like that, you know, I don't know. It was a different time. There was a lot of skepticism about what a shrink could do. Right. They have, there's some sites that have like the online test that you can take. It's not definitive. And mind you, a lot of ADHD symptoms are something that everybody does. But it's like going to the toilet. Sure, we all have to go to the toilet. But if you have to go 30 times a day, you might have a problem. And that's how it is with the ADHD symptoms. Everybody everybody shares some of those symptoms. It's just a case of, is it happening so frequently that it's disrupting your day-to-day life? Well, technically ADHD is all in your head. It's the dopamine and yeah, ADHD is a real thing. It's lacking the dopamine to the reward portion of the brain, kind of makes it hard to get things done. Right. Yeah, people right. People won't understand what it's like to have struggles with depression or ADHD or whatever. Like I I'm a freaking alphabet soup here. I have ADHD, possibly ADD. as well as I have manic depression. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. The trick is basically letting somebody know that's close to you that cares that you're struggling with it, and you know it's real easy to hide and try to be like, no, I can't tell anybody else that inside my head is an uncomfortable place, which is kind of instinctive. You need to have somebody that can help you and talk to you and possibly drag you kicking and screaming to a shrink to try to help you cope with it. Right. Yep. How did it? I just took it not out of his. We're back to the little light green making the diamond, which we did on the far side of this. But by making this diamond, I suddenly allow all this stuff to come back inwards. All right. All right. Well, you go have fun, snuggle your kitty. We'll see you next weekend at the hobby fair. Absolutely. 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 100%. Can't possibly know everything, but yeah, no. Can't possibly know everything. I can just tell you that I have had a fair amount of shrinks in my life. When I was in America, I had a shrink that wouldn't treat me until I had been clean for greater than 2 years, and I couldn't find a way to do that because I was using various substances to try to help with the ADHD and the manic depression. I noticed that a little bit of this, a little bit of that would help me get out of feeling like I might hurt myself. And so I took those measures whenever the times required it. And so whatever. But then I moved to Singapore and I had to be clean. And after a number of years being over here, I got help for it. So, but I mean, I had a shrink back when I was like 12 years old because my dad died and was struggling with all that kind of stuff as well. So yeah, lots of experience. But like I said, it's every I think everybody can relate to an ADHD meme. The thing is, if you relate to it and it's something that is disruptive to your life, then seeking help is the best way. And I know a lot of people are like, "Yeah, you want to go see a doctor?" Yeah, but honestly, don't let that stop you. When I first started taking my ADHD meds here, I um I was amazed. It was such an eye-opening wow. the the noise in my head was gone. It felt so much better. I was so much more able to focus on whatever I wanted to do. And I wondered like why I hadn't done it sooner. And like, is this how normal people feel? Oh, that's good. Hey, honey, do you know we can only see from your like nose up?
Really?
Yes. It's a very funny camera angle you has. Me or her or both. I have a reason to look focused. I'm actually making a thing and avoiding mistakes. Let's see if we can slide the camera over a bit. How long have you been making bracelets? Oh, So okay, then yeah, I'm I've been doing this since 1987, so that might be the difference. Plus, this is just an arrowhead pattern. This is like one of my favorite designs. Um, it's it's a pattern that just sort of makes sense to me. Yeah, right on. I was born in '67, so I'm considerably older, but I've been making bracelets for almost as long as you've been alive. Almost, not quite. 84, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87. You were 4 when I started making bracelets. Yeah. Oh my God. There's a video short where it goes around in a circle. It's crazy. It's so there's 4 different patterns in the loops themselves. There's the arrowhead here that's coming down. This is a zigzag that's going to the left. Over on the other side, there's a zigzag going to the right. And somewhere in this pattern, somewhere in the whole scheme of things, there is one that's going upwards. But they're not like really in order. There are 4 downs, 2 rights, a left, and an up. And so obviously they're not quite in a particular order. It is every other one is a down. Um, I thought that might make it easier when it came to uh, making the base for this thing. Yeah, that was the surprise. So when I made the pattern, I noticed some things, and so I kind of played around with it and discovered that they are all interchangeable. You could put them in any order you wanted. It could be down, down, left, right, up, and they would all just join. And so, like, there's a video of it. Uh, there is a link in the description. So there's a video that shows that these can go in different orders. It took me hours to make this little short video to demonstrate exactly how they can match. Right on. So arrowheads and zigzags are both like cut from the same cloth. Like if you don't let it join together, an arrowhead is just a zigzag. It's when it gets doubled, then it becomes an arrowhead. They're really pretty easy. Kind of might take a little getting used to. It's not like the easiest, it's not beginner friendly, but when you get the mastering all 4 knots, it's a good one to have because it's really easy. It lends itself to being easy because you can kind of like I know I stop here because I'm not going over the one that already changed direction before it. But again, I've been making the zigzag stuff for a really long time. And yeah, this whole thing here has this really kind of a wow effect, I think. Oh, right on. Rotate this a little bit. That's nice. So if you look through my videos, you will find that probably 70% of what my videos are intermediate. So you can like go through and do all the beginner stuff, make sure that that's not a struggle, and then go for the intermediate levels. And there's so much intermediate, a lot of really good stuff in there. You might have fun too because my patterns are a little bit easier to read. Yeah, I can actually, give me a second here. I'm up to 848 videos. So there's a good chance that something in there will be enough fun to try. Right. Yeah, some patterns are definitely easier than others. I just made one. I just made one that I didn't expect it to be as easy as it was. Hang on. I just made this one and I absolutely love it. It's got this kind of a woven look to it. And yeah. Oh, didn't expect it to be easy, but then when I started working on it, the the path on how to get it accomplished just sort of came to me, and it ended up taking a lot less time than I anticipated. It was fun. Oh, thank you. Um, the difficulty in that question is based on the sizes of the bag. Depending on the size would make all the difference in the world. Like this is a kind of pretty big one. I've done a lot of really small ones that I can do like my live streams are basically 3 hours, and I was doing the small bags in like 4 live streams. And then I just did one for my wife, which is a little bit bigger, smaller than this, but bigger than those. Um, that one took like 6 or 8 live streams to do, and this one is pretty big. This is like 256 strings. So like, um, I don't know how long it'll take, but I suspect it's going to be kind of a while. It really, really depends. It's I can make like two 12 string bracelets in a day without my hands cramping up or feeling bad. Um, Probably able to do less than I was doing back when I was working on my big project, which is um, 1.6 meters wide. So that thing was huge. That's greater than 5 foot. Um, but it really, really depends. Um, Also depends on the difficulty. Like I chose this pattern. Um, well, I was messing around when this pattern kind of came up, and like it just seemed like a really cool idea. And the next thing you know, I'm knee deep in string. I got into an interesting conversation here too. Just I think it was yesterday about the string I use. So I get my string from AliExpress because it is so much less expensive. Um, if I were to buy string locally, like actually go to the brick and mortar store and buy it, it's over $1 a skein each. When I buy it in bulk, it comes out to a lot close, almost 10 cents a piece, maybe slightly above. Um, but it's a tenth. That would make it a tenth of the price. So if this bag, which I'm pretty sure that it was this one, was 90 skeins, the difference would be $9 versus $90. And that, you know, they were saying like how supporting local business was so important to them that they wouldn't consider buying otherwise. And for me, that difference is the night and day difference. It's like if I had to make like how much would I sell the bag for based on the idea that it was $90 in string just to get it started. That's not including like all the strings I'll have to like add to because it gets so long or whatever. Um, yeah, there would be no way that I could put the right kind of price tag on it. It would be insane. So, yeah, I uh I am not ashamed of where I get my string. Plus, my like supplier has been great. The speed in which I get my order in, the fact that I don't get mistakes in the order, the quality of the string, heck, the number of colors. There's a lot of good stuff going on here. We had a long row going to the left, so now it's a short row going to the right. Right. Well, if you look on AliExpress for where I get mine from, um, it's called the Factory Store on AliExpress, and they've always done really good by me. And I've had orders that were 8 kg at a time. So I don't. Are you in America or Europe or something like? You don't have to tell me where you live. Just general location, so I know whether to do metric or not. In Europe, okay. So I can use metric. So yeah, my big project was 1.6 meters wide, and yeah, 866 strings wide. Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. But like my biggest order was like 8 kg of floss, and it comes in these nice little wrapped up packages. It's really nice. So we're in Singapore. So, I mean, obviously taxes and everything else is different. We do have to pay tax on it, but the fact that you can get so much string at a reasonable price, a little tax probably isn't so bad. The fire, be creatures for a while. I wanna make a mess. I wanna blow off stress. Start the fire. Just creatures. Just creatures. Comes, goes, it comes, it goes at times. No, it's a wall hanging. It's up on our living room wall. It was based off of the fact that we have a mirror in the living room of the same dimensions. And I just really like the dimensions of the mirror. And I'm like, I could make something that big and could hang on our wall and it'd be really the coolest thing. And my wife is like, okay, what colors do you need? might not may not have been quite that easy, but it was pretty close to that. We did some test bracelets for the pattern that I came up with. I came up with this idea that um, there would be how the strings came into the top, and then how they come out at the bottom. I made these. Actually,
What was that?
something that shouldn't be falling over. Oh, I broke it too. Damn it.
What did you do?
I was trying to get something. I broke my sand art thing.
No!
Yeah.
Is that sand all over the place?
No, but there's some broken glass. So this was my idea for the pattern. There's 6 different patterns that all start the same way and they end a certain way to that goes to this, and then these have to put it back to where these were. And so this was what I did. And so it went through 1 through 6 and then repeated 1 through 6 and then 1 through 6. Yeah. Yeah. It turned out pretty amazing. Yeah, I'm really bummed. I just broke my sand art thing. Hang on, give me a second. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get something to get this glass up here with. Okay. Where's the Okay, so I broke the sand thing, and that's damaged enough that it's not fixable. But I also broke a Manchester United shot glass. That's what the big broken glass was. So they were both kind of set up behind me. Yeah, I'm really bummed because I do this sand art thing usually before I take my or during taking my blood pressure. So that's gonna be missed. Yeah, I'm a little bummed, but I'll be all right. So I've only got a little bit more before I rotate this again. There's a lot of that. Like I can't just keep working on one side until it's long, because I need the other parts to be done before I can do it. I kind of could, but it would mean kind of like giving like a weird start in an area, and kind of stack it up, which would just lead to making mistakes. So it's so much easier to just kind of keep it into the whatever zones, let them go the natural way, and filling it in as necessary just makes a lot more sense. All right, time to rotate. There's just floss everywhere. Outside of like what you guys can see, there's just piles of string in all different directions. So once I finish this section, I go to the next one, which is lower, which is like just a little tiny segment. Kind of looking ahead, seeing what's coming up. Okay, next week we're off because of the the hobby fair. But we'll be back the week after that. I'll do a short video to remind everybody, but we're off next week. But yeah, Discord and all that stuff. Yes. Aw. But it's going to make it look really cool, so that's kind of awesome. Hey, honey, can you take a look and see if Aftershocks has some kind of a like hold a button or do something to change like the tones of the music? Because for some odd reason, it feels like the music and everything has just gotten really weird sounding.
That's the aftershock.
Yeah, or not, or shocks or whatever it is called. The red ones, the older ones, not the new ones. Because something's changed.
There's a EQ setting. Um, the switch between EQ modes. Press and hold the volume plus and minus
How do you
buttons at
get
the
to it?
same time for 3 seconds while the audio is playing. There's a standard mode, a vocal booster mode, or earplug mode. Got it? Hello?
Hello. I can hear you now. Sorry, my
Did,
headphones turned off when I tried messing with the button.
did you find it?
No.
You
What
have
do
to
I have
press
to?
the plus and minus at the same time for 3 seconds.
Oh, that did it. The bigger this becomes, the more it just looks like it's blurry. The way the colors fade into each other just makes the whole thing look like it's just a little out of focus. All right, rotate it again. So now we have a left, a down, and an up. It's so crazy. I just realized that Just String Things didn't tune in. It's past that time.
Mm-hmm.
I hope she's okay. Yeah. I gotta get some new eye drops. I don't like these ones. I swear these eye drops feel minty. Oh, cool. Why would you get? Oh, cool. Do you remember the chairs that were like right pivot? Um, right. Um, do you remember there was a chair that was sort of in the similar nature of the futon where it was just foamy and like you unrolled it out and made like a bed, like a little tiny narrow bed? Yeah, I had one of those. Mine. I had the kind that had the wooden frame, but mine was like the all fabric cheapy kind. I had that for a little while. I was sleeping on it. It lost some of the foam to it, so I was like really close to the floor, and I woke up once to a mouse in my apartment, and it was kind of running towards my face, and I let out a yipes and scared it, and it tried like changing direction, like kind of mid run. We've lost the Mandy. Okay. Yeah. So imagine imagine that without the wooden frame and like skinnier, and you kind of have what I
Two
have.
hours later.
Um, it's a real cheapy thing where just no frame at all. So like you're literally just inches above the floor. So needless to say, I was at almost eye level with that mouse when it came running towards me. I'm not
Sorry, I
sure
forgot
who
to
got more frightened.
disconnect my sound.
You come back.
I came back.
It's still just from nose up, but that's okay. Yeah, I'm sure mine. I was really poor in at the time, and it seemed like a great way of getting more space in my room. Right. Yeah. Certain things will trigger memories with me that I'm just like, I gotta tell the story. Large screaming man frightening the poor little mouse.
Yep.
Ah, he's got a big mouth. He's gonna eat me. Ah, run away. Every little bit of progress on this just feels like a major accomplishment. It's it's such a crazy pattern. You know you can. You can get yourself all psyched up about getting excited about whatever. Every stitch is a stitch towards completion. Might as well do this little section here. I mean, it's right there, right? It'll just take it a little further. Like all the little tears are kind of getting away from me. Wow. Little moth-like thing just tried to get me. Yeah. I swear that little flying thing just wants me to catch it. It keeps cruising in front of me. I love the spacing here between the two downs and the one going up. It is such a perfect zigzaggy thing. I love it. Yeah, me too. Yeah. Did you see the video where I would have it rotating? Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's really short, like 30 seconds or something. It's really, really short. It was just about the progress on this thing. No, but it is on Reddit, but I didn't share it to IG because it's in the wrong format. It's long. I put things away before I thought about doing Instagram. I have my own thread in Reddit. It's on there too. The Not Just Nuts. That's mine. Oh, but I can do this. Hang on. The Rainbow, did you see your the WhatsApp? Okay, I did. Yeah, it's pretty insane. And that's just starting. Like once the colors can really cycle through some more, it's just gonna get insane. Yeah. That's kind of how it feels just looking at it as it sits here. It's all the colors just melt. Ooh. You need a black light for that. All right, time to rotate it again. Destination undone. Selection. Can't get it through. And a Hershey pie sounds really good right about now.
AWOL, you have to get to Bikini Bottom and help Sandy. She got her strings in a bunch again.
It's already won. In a
Wow.
pattern like this, I get really engrossed in what I'm doing. I like totally lose track of time. Like it's so therapeutic. This. All right, I'm just gonna do these two last little bits here. While reminding everybody that we are off next week, doing a live event at Suntech. Anybody that's in Singapore can come down, see us, see me actually working on this. I'm going to bring this along for something to do. Not that I would get bored, but it's nice to have something to kind of ground me in a space that's going to be chaotic. Hey, thank you. I'm really excited about it, to be honest. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Rainbow. Yeah. I can't think of anything else. There is a schedule. I will be live streaming in the week. It's Tuesday and Thursday. So there's that. Yeah. I hope you guys have a good one. And maybe I'll try to get some photos and some stuff to show you guys what happened at the event. So we'll see how that goes. All right. Have a good one. And dun 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 dun. Don't get your strings in a bunch.